All righty, here we go. Brand new Flyers Daily for the 27th of August, 2025. Flyers Daily, as usual, presented by Ticketmaster. Make more memories live. We're coming to the close of the month of August. I believe, and I'll do some digging on this, but I believe more and more players are coming back to town. The guys who maybe went back to their hometown or where they train in the summer and starting to get those skates in with a larger volume of players on the ice at the Flyers Training Center. And we'll see that really grow over the next week as we head into September towards rookie camp, towards the rookie games coming up on September 12th and 13th, just now a couple of weeks away, 3 weeks away. And it'll all be underway. We'll get the rookie games. We'll get the preseason started and the regular season not far off as well. So hockey season is getting very close to returning, and I, for one, can't wait. But one thing about the summer is, and it's a long off season, which I despise, but we get to have some really cool conversations. And I got a message from a couple of different people asking me to get Carson Bjarnason on the podcast. Of course, he was a Flyers draft pick a couple of years ago. He was taken in the second round, 51st overall by the Flyers. It was a 2023 NHL NHL Draft. They actually took Zavragin in that draft as well a little bit later. But Carson Bjarnason, already in North America. Zavragin obviously playing in the NHL and KHL. Played for the Brandon Wheat Kings for 4 years. Had a 16-year-old season back in 21-22. Played in 23 games. Great experience for a kid just 16 to be able to play for Brandon and get 23 games in. He had an .882 save percentage and a 4 goals against average that year. Then the following season, his 17-year-old year, he actually had 4 assists. Ooh, nice job. A .900 save percentage and a 3.08 goals against average. Now his 18-year-old season, the 23-24 season, or I guess 19, he had a 301 goals against average and a 907 save percentage. Every year it's just going down. The goals against average is going down and the save percentage is going up. And then last year for Brandon, played in 40 games, had a 913 save percentage and a 293 goals against average. That is just better numbers year by year by year. That's development. And the goalie position is one that they say the development takes a lot longer, which is something that Carson and I will discuss. The notion of goalie development being voodoo and goalie development taking to 25, 26 years old. We'll talk about that and much more. Obviously, a huge position of importance, both going into this season for the future. What is the future? Is the future Sam Ersson, Dan Vladar? That's the present. Is the future Carson Bjarnason? Is it Bjarnason and Zavragin? What is the future in net? And one of the guys that wants to stake his claim is Carson Bjarnason, and he joins us on this episode of Flyers Daily. I had a chance to catch up with him yesterday and talk all things goaltending. Here's my conversation with Carson Bjarnason. Brand new episode of Flyers Daily. I got a message from a guy a couple of times and said, hey, you got to get Carson Bjarnason on Flyers Daily. And I said, you know what? You're damn right I do. Because we didn't get a chance to talk during development camp, and he joins us right now on Flyers Daily. Carson, how you doing?
I'm good. Good. Very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I was hoping that we were going to get a chance to sit down during dev camp, but I was still feeling a little rough with radiation treatments that I was going through.
Hey, man, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
You and I, we're in the goalie union, as everybody knows, and
that's right.
Goalie conversations are they're fun.
I enjoy they get next level. I like it.
I think it helps, though, people, because it kind of peels back a layer of the plight of the goaltender and what a goalie deals with. Yeah,
it's different. I mean, it's just, it's lots of people say it's its own position. I'm not going to, it's its own sport. I'm not going to say, it's that hard. Obviously, the player's that hard. I mean, soccer, baseball's hard. Like everything, every sport you play at a professional level is going to be ridiculous, right? It's just, it's a lot of mental, warfare going on against yourself most of the time, more than anything. I think you know that. And I don't know, it's nice. It's nice when you get to this level and you kind of get to see yourself against the other guys and kind of see how you handle yourself in a natural environment, especially even in practice, like just little things like that. So, definitely excited for this season. It'll be fun, but yeah, it's its own little sport for sure.
I like the way you described that. I've never heard that before, the mental warfare with yourself and the opposition, because it is like the ultimate game of cat and mouse. You know, like I giveth to taketh away. You know, I'll show you something knowing I want to take it away from you. But how is that part of the equation? You know, trying to read players as you keep leveling up. How's it adjusting to that level change each and every time?
Yeah, like I mean, everybody does it. Like I'm no different than anybody else. It's definitely an adjustment period, whether that be, you know, you going up a level or down a level. I mean, coming back from camp every year, it's always a bit of an adjustment. When I would, you know, go back to Brandon in the Western League, and you know, I'd usually take a game or two, which is fine. I mean, it happens to everybody, but it's just kind of a matter of minimizing that, right? Like, you know, when I come up a level, I always find it a bit easier. You know, you're really pushing yourself, pushing the pace, you know, really digging down on shots. So it's nice. Like I like moving up levels. Like it's something that you know, to get to a level, you know, where you want to be, like, you know, you got to obviously kind of have a bit of fire in you. So it kind of triggers that, and you know, kind of makes yourself dig a bit deeper, you know, to really try to even prove to yourself, like, you know, you don't got to prove to anybody else. It's just, like I said, like, it's all in your own head. So you know, as long as you're happy with your development and whatnot, you know, that's kind of the biggest step.
What is the difference between, you know, every guys in junior, they can fire the puck, especially with the composite sticks nowadays. They can bomb it. I don't know for sure, but I don't think it's a matter of they're shooting it harder or faster. It's, I think, maybe disguised with the release and those kind of things. But what is the difference between, you know, going back to Brandon like you did last year, seeing those shots compared to seeing NHL players, seeing Tyson Forster bomb it?
Yeah, I was actually just gonna say him. Yeah, I think he picked me apart today. You know, it's just such a small, such a minute thing. Like you said, like, it's not even speed. I mean, consistent speed is a whole lot different. Like, obviously you're playing against 16-year-olds to 20-year-old men, right? So it's a difference in that aspect. But at this level, I mean, everybody shoots so hard, everybody shoots so fast and gets a release off so quick. It's just a matter of, you know, small blade angles. Like, it's a matter of where they can get it off, what kind of shot it is, whether it's a snap or a wrist shot or a one-timer, right? Like, your eyes are always on a swivel. It's just a 360 view from yourself. You have to keep your eyes everywhere. And you know, IQ is a big part of things too. So you know, yeah, like you said, like, one of those guys is Tyson, is somebody who can get a shot off unbelievably fast, but not only that, just extremely accurate. So it's just kind of a matter of you know, you versus blade. So it's, you know, you really gotta be able to find the fine details and you know, kind of pick up where he's aiming and where he's releasing or whatnot. So it's intense.
You know, you're 20 years old, so you aren't playing in the position reading plays and reading shooters, you know, when they were using like a wooden stick. But the technology has gone a long way. I mean, I see guys like, you know, like Matthews or Bedard, you know, it's got, you know, really elite shooters. They get a ton on it away from their body with their feet pointing in the corner. You know, is that how's that adjustment? Like, you can't read the feet at all anymore.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know what players are taught. I'm not usually taking their skill sessions, but, you know, when they're you know, facing 70, 90 degrees away from you, and they can still get a shot off, like, you know, you've seen it. You know, watching the big club for how many years now, like, you've seen the development of how they can get it off. It's just, it's definitely a player's game, and you know, it's just how much you can control it yourself, right? Like, you want to kind of put the ball game in your own hands, you know, whether that's beating the pass or having your eyes on a swivel and you know, having a good IQ and understanding of the game. But you know, sometimes a good shot is a good shot, just like a good save is a good save. Sometimes you just get lucky and you put yourself in a good enough position to do that. And you know, guys are training enough that their shots are just consistently that good. And you know, kudos to them. It's just a big development step in a player's you know, game. That's something everybody kind of has these days. So yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, grabbing a consistency of reading releases and you know, trying to really bear down on the ones that have had it for, you know, however many years.
Yeah, no doubt. How important is it for you, and how much do you lean on just your technical foundation, efficiency and movement? You mentioned beat the pass. read plays already in this conversation. How much is it to rely on that stuff? Because that's got to be there. And then the other part is if you have to go into desperation, so be it. But that you've got to rely on that foundation, I would think.
Yeah, it's just something that it's so easy to fall. Obviously, creatures of habit. Everybody is. Everybody, always will be. But it's just a matter of falling on what you know and what you do best. Like, obviously, if you practice the same exact movement down to the inch 1,000 times, you're going to get used to that. And you're gonna feel that out, and it'll come out naturally in a game. So, just the essence of having so much repetition and having such fine practice of the same thing over and over again. I think it's something that I've always kind of thrived in. I take a lot of pride in my technical game. I think I've still have a lot of room to grow and a long ways to go. I think it's just I've got my feet under me a lot more, and I think I just kind of have a better understanding of how my game style is and how I need to play to be successful. So just kind of keep growing on that and chipping away.
I remember it was about 4 years ago when the East-West Pass really entered the NHL and became just so premium. And I remember watching Dilly work with the goalies on I think he called it the sprawl. It was falling forward on a lateral play, but glove right above the pad. And I'm watching this, and then like 2 games later, I see it in a game.
Yeah.
And that repetition, the muscle memory is
it's huge. Yeah. He's a master at his craft. You know him. He, one session with him and you're already walking away with 10 different new things that have multiplied your game by 10, right? Like you can, if you apply it immediately, that would be the dream, right? To just apply it right away as soon as you hear it and be the best goalie in the world. But unfortunately, it's all about repetition. But he definitely has that down to a science. I've had nothing but joy working with him over the past 3 years. Like, it's been the greatest development I've ever had. So, even those extremely slow sessions with him that just, really slow down, take a time to even take your helmet off and focus on your eye work, focus on your shoulders to hips to knees, ankles, like everything is all tied together. So, like I said before, that's somebody who has an extreme science of the game and who understands it to a different perspective and, in all the best ways.
Yeah, he gets down to the granular detail, and sometimes that makes the difference. Physically, you're drafted a couple of years ago, and it really looks like I saw you at the draft party down in Atlantic City. And I've seen you every year since you've been drafted. The work you've put in off the ice has been pretty substantial. How do you notice it on the ice from what you did off the ice from, just from a development body standpoint? Yeah,
just the guys in the gym, Derek and Brandon right now, like, they've just put such a program together that helps me, get to where I've been. Obviously we had Dan for 3 years too. So that's somebody who, took me in at 17 years old at 180 pounds or whatever it may be at the time after the combine. But I've found a good weight for my body, and obviously, you're trying to replace all your body mass with just straight muscle. So I still have a few years to go and still working towards it. But I think it just helps power, helps consistency, longevity, all those things that any pro player will strive for. So, I'm happy with where I'm at right now. Just obviously always want to get stronger. Can't be too fast out there. So
I think on Elite Prospects, your picture that's on there is from your 16-year-old season with the Wheat Kings.
Oh, really?
You look so much smaller, not just in mass, but in height too. When did you shoot up to the height you are now? Did it happen really quickly?
I think right now I'm 6'4", I think maybe 6'3.5". I can't pinpoint the time. I think it just would have been kind of prime COVID time. I think
like 15 to 18.
Well, I made the Western League at 16, from coming into camp, being listed. So I think it would have just been the year before that, maybe 15 years old when COVID first kind of took off. And lucky enough, genetics, they were on my side. So don't have any science behind that, but
because my dad was 6'4", Carson, and I'm 5'7".
Yeah,
I was like, it's
It
unbelievable. I got
happens.
my mom's height and my dad's hair.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on? Totally screwed, right?
Yeah.
Eh,
That's
they say
funny.
all men are created equal. My ass. What has it been like for you? You know, you're leaving Brandon now. That's in the rear
Yeah.
view. It's AHL time. You got up last year. You signed the ELC. Business parts out of the way. You got 3-year ELC under control. Now you're gonna, take that next step with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Come into camp, do everything, show everything you can. But what is that like in that mental preparation this summer been like to get ready for that?
Yeah, it's big. We have a guy with the Flyers. Obviously, his name's Jeremy. He's been extremely instrumental with me and just kind of breaking it down, just like Dilly does. In his way on the ice and off the ice. Like it's brains and muscle, and you obviously got to train it just as much as all your other components and aspects to your game. So just a lot of personal reflection and work. I like to keep things to myself a lot and just kind of keep to myself, whether it be my work ethic or any kind of emotion going on at and away from the rink. So I think it's something that he's helped bring a long way and still have a lot of room to grow. Like obviously until you have a 1.00 save percentage and 0 goals against average, you're always striving for more. So yeah, it's been great. It's a big summer in every aspect. So I'm excited to kind of go through the mental battle and grind of a pro season this year. Hopefully, put on an impressive run here and be able to have a good camp and play more preseason games this year. But it'll be exciting to develop here and kind of hopefully be here for the long run.
Carson, one of the narratives when it comes to goaltending development is that skaters, forwards, defensemen, wingers, whatever, have a quicker path to the show, to the NHL.
Yeah.
And a lot of people look at goaltending development in particular, or even the position as voodoo. Like, that it probably is a hard one to understand unless you kind of felt it and been, in the space of it. But when you hear that, they say a goalie's not ready till he's 25 or 26. What kind of goes through your mind when you hear that?
I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know. It's everybody's got their own opinions, and
I know what my opinion is on it.
Yeah,
I'll be ready when I'm ready.
Yeah,
there's no number
has
on
their
it.
own looks and.
Tom Barrasso came in at 18. And it was
exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah, like you see it, sporadically here and there. Like like I'm ready when I'm ready. I wanna come in this season and give the respect to the people that deserve it. All the guys who have played in the NHL obviously know it's you gotta learn from them. Kind of don't speak unless you're spoken to. That's kind of what I like to live by. As you go up levels, but it's I'm extremely excited. Like I said, I feel great about my game and where it's at. I know I have a long way to go, but my goal is to obviously play games as soon as I can, whether that be this year or next year. And I want to show the organization that they made the right choice and they can put their trust in me and whoever the goalies may be. Like I want to be a part of that conversation. I want them to kind of have my name in there. So something I'm definitely excited about, and obviously I have hopefully a long time to be able to do that. So it'll be fun.
You mentioned before we started taping, when we were talking, you got a chance to meet Daniel Vladar, who obviously the Flyers signed this summer. Talk to me about the relationship between you and the other goalie on the team, the tandem or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about who's the starter or who's not, just that the relationship that two goalies can have. The relationships are all different, but
yeah, definitely. It's like obviously you're competing with them, but at the end of the day, like we're all in the organization together, and we're all we all have the same goal in mind. You're not happy until the last game of the season is a win. So whatever I can do during camp or whatever it may be to help them, and Urs, Vladar, Feds, all those guys, Coley, they're all great people, and they're all here for a reason. So it's there's no other guys I'd rather be able to compete with and try to keep up to in one way or another to try to further my game. I mean, it's never me versus anybody else. It's always me versus me in the first place. So just to kind of size myself up against them and to be able to look up to people, but also have them to tell me that it's a friendly competition is definitely great.
Yeah, you need the competition. I think that can be healthy. It doesn't need to be toxic, and I think that's a fantastic way to push yourself. That guy goes out and plays great. You're like, damn, I want to play great. Just like in a game. I mean, I always thought in a game, other guy down at the other end making great saves. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah,
bring it down here.
Exactly. Yeah, like it's a matter of wanting the opportunity. Like, is this a setback, or do you have to kind of flip the page and look at it? Everything is an opportunity. Like, now I have the opportunity to go earn my spot as a starter, or now I have the opportunity to stop this 2-on-1.
One of the things, Carson, I don't know how I would have handled it as a goalie, and I've been talking to a few guys about this that either played in the NHL or are playing, but the teams now, it seems like the trend is all about quality and not quantity. As a goalie, I loved quantity. Give me all the clear-sighted shots you can. I feel great with them. Did you see that in Brandon? And how do you handle that mentally when you're not getting as many touches and they're just trying to throw a lot of quality at you and that's it? You got to be really patient, I would imagine.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, the game has come a long way when it comes to that. Like, guys will have a shot in the slot, but they don't like what they see, right? And it's just a quick punch turn and kind of exit out of it. I know what you mean. Everybody has their fair share of high shot games and low shot games. I don't think I had any that were under, or many at all that were under like 30, 33 kind of. So, I've always I've liked that challenge. I like when, I get obviously a quantity of shots, but it's just a fight of making a save at the right time. Obviously, when your team needs it, like, if there's 5 minutes left and it's 1-1, like, maybe you don't get 4 shots, but you get that one, like you said, that's just like right in the slot. It's just right there. Like, it's just coming up we've taken tens of thousands of shots, right? It's just a way of finding a way to make that save. Like, it doesn't matter how you make it at the end of the day. Like, it's just a matter of doing it and doing your job. We have one job, and that's to stop the puck. So it's just a matter of doing that to the best of your abilities. And obviously, we'd like quantity over quality. Like, it's always great when they dump 3 pucks in and they count them as shots, right? But that's just,
especially early in a game.
Yeah, like, it's just something that it's something that's changed a lot, I think, in the game. And it's like a good challenge. Like, I'm happy that's how it goes. Stats are so taken care of and keeping up with. It's I want them to be able to track how many I make in the mid slot or whatever. So I think it's a good thing.
Are you a guy that is verbal out there? Because, like, in a situation like you just mentioned, there's a guy in the slot with the puck. He's got the shot, and he looks up, and you've read the play. You're on your mark. Heels on the top. You made yourself big. He's got, you got him, even though he's in a prime scoring area, and he pulls out of it. I mean, in that situation, I'm going, shoot the damn puck. I'm telling you, just shoot the thing. Come on. Like, what are you doing? Are you verbal out there, or do you keep to yourself?
No,
I couldn't shut up.
Yeah, I might say 5 words the whole game, and that's just up, over, or leave it. So I don't. I'll go to the bench on a TV timeout, and I'll say thank you to my goalie partner for grabbing one of the waters or whatever. And then it's just straight back to my net. And if the ref says hi, I'll ask how his day or week's been going. And obviously in the Western League, I know all of them, and as I got older, I was able to converse with them. But like, once the game's on, it's usually just on you, leave it, reverse, up, over. I don't. I've never chirped anybody during a game. I just can't. I can't muster up the strength to do it. I gotta. I'll have that bad luck where if I feel like if I say anything, it'll come back down to bite me. So I've never chirped anybody or said anybody in a game.
But you mentioned the terms that you do say, very important, obviously, to communicate with your D.
That's about all it'll be. I'm not. Maybe something I should do. I don't know. It might help.
Don't add it on my accord. I don't want to be responsible.
No, it's okay. It'd be myself, but I think I'm just a reserve guy. Like I try to model my game after any kind of poise or stoicism I may have out there. So if I can keep a straight face through 60 or whatever it is, 70 minutes in a game, I'll do that. So,
well, you do have some resemblances to Carey Price, who couldn't have been a cooler cucumber. Like
I hope so. Yeah.
I mean, he just looked like, okay, no big deal. Nothing was a big deal. He never got frazzled.
Yeah.
And you'd think he's almost like sleepwalking back there, and then just an insane scoring chance come back, and he just go through it and make an incredible save. It was like, this dude, like,
routine.
Unreal.
I love it. Yeah. That's like I mean, obviously everybody will say that's their favorite goalie, but
heart rate at like 50 in an overtime game. Like, come on.
Yeah, like he's just got it. He's got that cool demeanor and somebody who definitely carries a lot of poise and calmness across his game. I think Urs has a lot of that. I see Dustin Wolf has a lot of that. Ottinger, obviously Swayman maybe is somebody who's a little bit more jittery, but somebody who definitely has a lot of poise when they're playing. So all those guys I just mentioned, like some people to model my game after, and people I enjoy watching. I'll try to come across as calm as I can this year. So
comes across confident too. I think that's always a big thing. Body language is a big thing. Last thing for you, I did an episode last week. I'll have to send it to you. I went up and I visited the Paint Zoo studios of Franny Drummond.
Yep, Franny.
And I was looking at some sketches and some work. How excited are you about your new masks?
It's unbelievable, man. That guy's one of his own.
He's insane, right?
It's just ridiculous. It's not even. I feel ashamed looking at it. Even like it should be in a glass case. Like I shouldn't be wearing it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I might just keep it on a mantle up in Tricky's office. We'll see.
Yeah. You'd be driving home from practice with it on.
Yeah, I'll just have it wrapped up. I'll do what all kids do, and I'll sleep with it the first few nights I get it. Once it's so no, it's unbelievable. I mean, that guy. It was nice. The first mask I had, I like drawing all my masks and tattoos or whatever it may be. So, he let me kind of have the reins on that. And then this one, I told him to just have fun and let loose, see what he has. And it's the nicest mask I've ever seen. I've done so much research on hundreds of goalie masks of history. And I mean, the one that I happen to be getting just is unbelievable. I can't believe it. Like, I'm just excited for it. I just need you to hold it. I need you to see it. Yeah. It's something that I can't describe. Like
we'll sit down at camp and we'll go through it.
You'll see the pictures and you'll be like, wow, that's the best mask ever. And then you'll get it in your hands and feel the matte finish. And it looks like a drawing on there. You'll be like, like I might have to give it to you once I'm done with it. It's unbelievable.
Well, if you're going to make an offer, I'll hold you to it. Cars, I really appreciate you taking the time on your break. I know you guys are getting ready to ramp it up, man. I really appreciate it.
You're all good.
And for those guys that said you should get Carson, I'm damn glad we did, man. A great conversation. I love talking to you. I'll see you in a few weeks at rookie camp as well. We'll get after it, man. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, Jason.
Great to speak with Carson Bjarnason. Didn't get a chance, as I mentioned in the conversation, to sit down with Carson at development camp. I had it set up to do so, but unfortunately, I just wasn't feeling well enough. Couldn't get to the training center for that. And missed that conversation, but we got one in here. So for the people that suggested we get Carson on, thank you. It was a great suggestion. I always take suggestions. And I hope everybody found it very informative. From a goaltender at 20 years of age, trying to make his way to the best league in the world at a very difficult position. I was really impressed with Carson when he talked about the mental aspects of the game. I thought that was very beyond 20 years of age mature in the way he approached that. So we appreciate him joining us. I appreciate you joining us as well. We'll be back Friday. We'll have another edition of Flyers Daily. It'll be our last one, as a matter of fact, of the month of August. So join us then for a brand new Flyers Daily.